She definitely broke her silence this year. Please welcome JoJo Siwa.
Hi, I'm so happy to be here with all of you.
Hi JoJo, thank you so much for kicking it with us tonight. My name's Bree. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm a junior from New Jersey. Would you mind sharing your pronouns with us?
I am a she, her.
Awesome, thank you. All right, thank you for being here and congrats on your People magazine cover. My name is Esperanza. I use she, her pronouns, and I am a freshman from Washington. And tonight we have some questions from young folks, from around the world country. But first, we have some quick fire questions for you.
I love quick fire.
And I will be kicking us off for these quick fire questions. I'm Esme, she, her pronouns, high school senior from Massachusetts. JoJo, are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay, let's do this. Question number 1 is, would you rather have fish for hands or fish for feet?
Fish for feet, because I already don't like feet, so I feel like just keep it on like, I like my hands. My old people hands, as my girlfriend calls them.
Love it. And I guess I'm doing the second question also. What is the first concert that you ever attended?
The first concert that I ever attended, I think, was Hannah Montana Live, and then I think Justin Bieber came after that. So Hannah Montana Live.
Good choice.
Or the Wiggles. The Wiggles came before Hannah Montana, but
I'm jealous. I wish I got to go to a Hannah Montana concert. Question number 3 is, are you superstitious?
In a way and in a not way, you know?
Yeah, I get you. Question number 4 is, what's your astrological sign?
I was about to say I'm a zodiac, but that's what it is. I'm a Taurus. There we go.
Taurus. I love Tauruses. Awesome.
There you go.
Awesome. For the 5th question, what is your favorite thing in your house?
My favorite thing in my house is my family. I love my family, but I also like, things. I like my piano. I like my room. I like my computer. I like my desk. I like my closet. That's where I'm in my closet, even though I came out of it. I'm just kidding. But yeah, no, I like my piano.
I love that for you. Your 6th question is, what's your favorite cartoon character?
Ooh, my favorite cartoon character? Probably SpongeBob. I feel like me and SpongeBob would get along.
All right. For your 7th question, is there such thing as too much glitter?
There is no such thing as too much glitter. Never. What's so funny too about glitter is my best friend, my best friend, and my girlfriend both are like, we don't like glitter. And I'm like, both of you do now.
All right. And for your 8th question, did you really get a tooting alpaca?
Did I really get a tooting alpaca? Yes, we did. I mean, it only came to my house for a little bit. But yeah, we had an alpaca over.
Awesome.
It was pretty fun, I gotta admit.
That next question is, if you had a boat, what would you name it?
A boat? Oh, I already planned this out. I'm going to have a cruise ship line one day, and it's going to be called Siwa. Seawa. Siwa. My last name.
As a pun enthusiast, I have to say this is the best thing I've ever heard.
Perfect. I love that you like it.
I like that name. That's very creative. You're welcome. The next question is, are you a dog person or a cat person?
I'm more of a dog person. I've had dogs my whole life. I've always grown up with dogs, so I'd probably have to say dogs.
Awesome.
That's awesome. For your 11th question, what's your favorite flavor of ice cream?
My favorite flavor of ice cream, I like Oreo. I like mint chocolate chip. I like anything rainbow. As long as it's colorful, I like it.
All right. For your last, I think this is, 5.
All good.
Okay. I think this is your last question. What is your pride anthem?
My pride anthem, and even just my not pride, my just anthem in life, but obviously it works as a pride anthem, is Born This Way.
Lauren from Albany, New York is asking, were you apprehensive about becoming a visible queer person at such a young age?
You know, I wasn't. It kind of just was like, cool, this is my life. This is what it is. And, you know, I wasn't trying to change that about me. Of course, I was like, you know, the world might go into a frenzy over this, and I might lose a few people because of this. I was like, but, you know, I am the happiest that I've ever been. And I never wanted to, like, because I knew my whole life that I wasn't necessarily straight. You know, I always knew that I just kind of would eventually fall in love with somebody, and I never minded if that was a girl or if that was a boy. I always just was like, my human. I was going to be attracted to a person one day. And so whatever that happened to be, I'm down. And so I was like, you know what, one day if I ever fall in love with a girl, then I will, you know, then identify myself, and then I will tell the world, and I will come out to the world, and we'll cross that bridge when we get there. I even said that stuff, like, with my family. I was like, you know, they knew my whole, like, I might fall in love with a girl, I might fall in love with a boy spiel, but I, you know, figured that one day I'd probably have to be like, hey guys, I have a crush on a girl. And because, you know, that's what you do. Your parents want to know, and they love you. And so once I ended up having a crush on a girl, a very, very big crush, more than a crush, once I was in love, then I was like, all right, time to tell everybody. Here we go. I always knew that was going to be what was happened, and it happened.
All right. Okay, Adriana, a junior in high school from Mesa, Arizona, is asking, how long did you know you were part of the LGBT community?
I have known my whole life. I really have. I never, though, like, was like, oh, I'm gay. You know, like, that never, like, crossed my mind. And then when I was hanging out with, for the first time in a full year since we met each other, who is now my girlfriend, she asked me, she said, do you have a crush? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, on who? And I was like, I can't tell you because it was on her. And she was like, well, is it a boy or a girl? And she's always known that, like, she was my best friend. And so she's always known that, like, no, I'm not 100% straight, but also I've never, like, had a crush or been in love with a girl before. And so the first time that I told her, I was like, it's a girl. And she was like, oh my God, congrats. Who is it? And I was like, I can't tell you. And so, yeah, that.
All right. What has changed for you since you came out?
Honestly, the biggest thing that's changed is just my personal happiness. A lot has changed and a lot has, you know, come from it, but my personal happiness is what has been the biggest change. I just wake up every single day and I'm just so happy with the biggest smile on my face. Also, my phone battery and my phone data, because we are long distance and so we're on FaceTime all the time. I used 50 gigabytes of data somehow this month. Don't know how that's happened. We're literally 14 days into the month. We're gonna figure that out. We're gonna get that situation fixed.
This month on her phone.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing.
JoJo
I'm not gonna lie. When you came out, I was really, really excited. It feels like the world has embraced you, and I wish everyone in our community could feel that love when sharing our whole selves, especially when it's people we care about. So, for those watching who are worried about coming out for safety reasons, what's some advice or words of encouragement you would have for them?
You know, I knew that the world in a big picture would be okay with me being gay because, you know, the world overrules. But of course, I had the same fear that everyone else in the world coming out has. What about my parents? What about my brother? What about my best friends? Like, even like telling my manager, you know, over the phone, everyone was laughing because I was trying to tell her and I couldn't do it. Telling my grandma, we were all like, oh God, here we go, I'm gonna be the least favorite grandchild. Like, it was just stressful because, like, you just don't know what people are gonna think, and you don't want somebody. I think the biggest thing that everyone is kind of afraid of saying is you just don't want somebody to look at you differently because of your sexuality, and you don't want somebody to treat you even just a little bit different or tiptoe around you because of who you love. And so of course I was worried about that, but I knew that if someone didn't like it, then they weren't meant to be in my life, because I could feel how happy this made me, and I could feel that this was the most me I've ever been before. And once I realized that, I was like, I'm okay with telling everybody, because you know,
So they gave me a big shell.
it's okay. It's who I am. If they're not meant to be in my life, they're not meant to be in my life. And I will say, one of my best friends exited my life at that time for previously saying things to me about the LGBTQ community. And so when I realized what I was going through, I was like, she was already treating me bad. And so I was like, you know what? Once this all comes down, I was like, she's gotta see herself out. And so I handled that situation. And I mean, obviously it's hard. You don't want to see people go away in your life, but it's for the better in the big picture.
Everybody needs to turn their TV off.
That is a really huge decision to make, especially
I
by
wasn't
letting
watching TV.
millions
I was
of your
listening
followers
to
and millions of
something
people from
really
different
important
backgrounds who follow you
on
know
YouTube.
that it is absolutely fine to be this way, and you don't even have to put a label on it for it to be okay.
That's
It's
where
just
you went
okay.
wrong, Brandon.
Totally. No, keep going, totally.
My question to you comes from Aiden from Tennessee, and they're asking, what advice would you give to your younger self?
What advice I would give to my younger self is let yourself have a crush on a girl, because it's okay. I always was just like, no, I have a crush on a boy. So I've never had like a crush on a girl before because I never let myself. But I'm happy that I didn't, because now my girlfriend, who is the most perfect in the entire world, she's been my only crush, and she's been my only human that I've found pretty, and she's been my only human that I've been like, whoa! She's that only one, so it's kind of incredible. I'm kind of happy that I did it. I also would tell myself to just in a different land besides in like Loveland. I would tell myself to enjoy the ride a little bit more. And what's hard about that is I can also tell myself that right now, but you can't see the good old days until you're out of the good old days. But the good old days are right now. Think about back to when you were little. You're like, oh man, those were the best. Think about last summer. Last summer for you was the best. But you know what you're going to say next summer? That this summer was the best. Remember how we all hated quarantine? We all hated it. We were miserable. Now I know that we're all like, oh, I just want to go back in quarantine for a little bit. Like, you know, so it's a catch-22 with everything.
How do you plan to celebrate your first Pride since you came out?
Oh my gosh, I am so pumped up. I was talking to my girlfriend about this, and she's like, and you'll have your first Pride this year? And I was like, oh yeah, I will. I was like, cool. I don't know, actually. I've gotten a lot of people coming to me. I've got a lot of opportunities to work with a whole bunch of cool people for Pride Month. And, you know, it's just about figuring out exactly what I want to do and exactly what I feel comfortable with. You know, I don't want people to see me and to only see that, you know, I don't know how to explain it. I don't want people to see me and only know me for being gay, if that makes sense. I want people to see me and see that I'm gay, but also see that I'm not letting that change anything about my life.
The final question that we have for you today is, if you could have a conversation with any LGBTQ plus person in history, like this could just be like a 1 hour phone call, or it could be like a 10-minute like little thing where you grab like some tea and then just like talk to them, who would you have it with and why?
Mr. Freddie Mercury just happens to work out that he's a part of the LGBTQ community. He was very, very gay and very openly gay. I don't know what he technically identified as, maybe bisexual, maybe gay, maybe queer. But I think Freddie Mercury is the coolest, most inspirational human in the world. And I am so just in awe of everything that he did. And I want to be just like him in the sense of he was unapologetically himself, you know? He's incredible. And his performance and his stage energy was just immaculate. So, Mr. Mercury.
I used to look up to him also. I even have like a picture of him back here.
I see him in the back. I love it.
Awesome. So, JoJo, on behalf of GLSEN and the many beating gay hearts out there, thank you so much for opening up and sharing your story. We really appreciate it. It was awesome talking to you.
It was nice to meet you all. Thank you so much.
It was really nice to meet you. Thank you.
Goodbye.